This is a mega CNN News 18 exclusive. We have now accessed this conversation between now arrested PA of Sonali Phogat, Sudhir Sangwan, and the BJP leader's nephew, moments after the death. Let's listen in.
हेलो सचिन बोल रहा हूँ जी।
हाँ सचिन,
वहीं हो क्या अभी?
हाँ गोवा हूँ भाई।
अच्छा, तो पोस्टमार्टम वगैरह क्या कुछ चल रहा है?
देखो शाम को होएगा, कल होएगा।
अच्छा, शाम को या कल होगा? तो ऐसे कैसे हो गया ये?
पता नहीं भाई कैसे हुआ, मेरे तो समझ में नहीं आ रहा।
अच्छा, तो आप वहीं थे क्या, पास ही साथ ही?
और क्या, रात तो सारी रात तो राजी खुशी बतलाए हैं।
7
सुबह 7-7:30 बजे की बात है। मैं 5 से 7 मिनट के लिए कमरे के बाहर गया था, इतनी देर में हो गया।
अच्छा अच्छा।
So there you heard the conversation between the PA of Sonali Phogat, who's now been arrested, and Sonali Phogat's nephew. This was moments right after her death. So when the nephew asks the PA that were you around when all of this happened, he says yes. Let me bring in my colleague Anshul, who's been tracking all these developments. He's joining us live on the broadcast from Goa. Now, this is a man, the PA that we're talking about, Anshul, he's a man who's raising a lot of red flags. But compared to the conversation that he's having with the nephew, he's actually sounding very surprised himself.
So yes, that's right. According to the conversation that we have managed to access, this conversation happened between the nephew of Sonali Phogat and her PA right after the news broke that she has died of an heart attack. Initially, the information that even the PA gave to the family members was that she had died to a heart attack. And what we have also picked up, that they arrived in Goa just a day before. In fact, just the night before they had arrived in Goa. And as soon as they arrived in Goa, they went ahead for a party. And in this party, they consumed these drugs. The police sources have confirmed to us that at least 3 grams of MDMA were taken from the drug peddler, and out of those 3 grams, approximately 1.5 grams was mixed in that drink. However, if you listen to this audio tape very carefully, it is very clear that they had no idea that this could happen because of drug overdose, and that is the reason why the amount of drug that was used in that drink, to mix in that drink, was absolutely out of the quantity that should be taken by a person to get that energy of high. So yes, the amount of drugs that was mixed, so that was absolutely abnormal. Okay. And it remains to be seen in the investigation what comes up, especially the point if the drug that was mixed intentionally, the amount was mixed intentionally, or it was mixed unintentionally, since 3 grams of drug was scored, so approximately half of that was mixed into it. Was it done unintentionally? Because if they do not had any idea of the kind of doses that should be given, then that becomes some other story. But if they had the idea that if they mix like half of the quantity of drug and something like could happen and a heart attack could eventually take place, then this becomes completely a story of a murder. So yes, that still remains to be seen in the investigation what comes up. However, I am currently standing, Ridhima, at the police station.
Correct. Anshul, I'll talk to you about what officials on the ground are telling you as far as police investigation is concerned. But just for the benefit of our viewers, we want to play out that conversation once again.
हेलो सचिन बोल रहा हूँ जी।
हाँ सचिन,
वहीं हो क्या अभी?
हाँ गोवा हूँ भाई।
अच्छा, तो पोस्टमार्टम वगैरह क्या कुछ चल रहा है?
देखो शाम को होएगा, कल होएगा।
अच्छा, शाम को या कल होगा? तो ऐसे कैसे हो गया ये?
पता नहीं भाई कैसे हुआ, मेरे तो समझ में नहीं आ रहा।
अच्छा, तो आप वहीं थे क्या, पास ही साथ ही?
और क्या, रात तो सारी रात तो राजी खुशी बतलाए हैं। सुबह 7-7:30 बजे की बात है। मैं 5 से 7 मिनट के लिए कमरे के बाहर गया था, इतनी देर में हो गया।
अच्छा अच्छा।
So there you heard the conversation between Sonali Phogat's nephew and her personal assistant, who now in fact has been arrested by the Goa Police. When asked by the nephew what really happened, the PA says he has no idea what really led to the death. But let me continue the conversation with my colleague Anshul, who in fact is in Goa. You know, Anshul, there are a lot of questions being raised as far as the role of the investigating officer and the Goa Police themselves, because the Goa Police was the same police which had given a clean sheet in the initial days, saying this was an open and shut case, as far as a cardiac arrest is concerned. What are they now saying? Are they accepting that yes, they possibly jumped the gun?
Yes, so the Goa IG has himself said that yes, there was a mistake in analyzing the entire situation, because initially what they thought, because there was no angle of drug till that point in this entire story, and what they thought that this was actually because of a heart attack, because of exertion that the party due to the party that happened approximately till 4:30 a.m. in the morning, and in that party they thought that due to exertion something like this could happen, which is absolutely common in a place like Goa, where such parties go on till late in the night, in fact till early mornings. So yes, the police initially thought that this was actually a heart attack, which is a very common scenario in Goa. But eventually, when the family members came down here and they started building pressure on the Goa police, and when the political angle of Sonali Phogat came to the fore, then the Goa police got into touch. And very interestingly, it was only after the post-mortem that the FIR was filed of 302 murder. Before that, the police had definitely closed down the case as a clear case of heart attack, and a clean sheet was given to everyone. But after the post-mortem, the FIR was filed, the 302 charges were initiated in the entire case, and that is the reason why we saw that the Goa police now initially jumping the gun. Now they have come to the fore. Now they are trying to make sure that the culprits are nabbed at the earliest, the justice is served at the earliest, and that is why we have seen that over the past 2 days since the FIR has been filed, at least 4 people have already been arrested by the police. Now the 2 people who have been arrested by the police today, the owner of the club and the peddler, they will be taken to the duty MM court tomorrow, where police is going to seek some more time for their interrogation. Now it remains to be seen what are the charges that are filed against them. That is going to be a very interesting snippet that we get to our audiences in the next couple of hours, or maybe tomorrow.